Hello, what's your name?
My name is Drake.
Nice to meet you, Drake. Drake, how old are you?
I'm 10.
10 years old.
Yes.
Drake, now look at the pictures. Here are two pictures. It's nearly the same. This is my picture, and this is your picture. Yeah, it's nearly the same, but there is some difference. And now I'm going to say in my picture, and please tell me how is your picture different. Okay. In my picture, the weather is sunny.
In my picture, the weather is cloudy.
Yes. In my picture, there are three boats.
In my picture, there are two boats.
In my picture, the towel is green.
In my picture, the towel is yellow.
Yes. In my picture, there is a ball in front of the girl.
In my picture, there is no wall in front of the girl.
In my picture, there is a boy next to the girl.
In my picture, there is no boy next to the girl.
In my picture, there is a glass of lemonade between the watermelon and the girl.
In my picture, there are some cookies between the girl and the watermelon.
In my picture, there are three pink flowers.
In my picture, there are three blue flowers.
Good. In my picture, there are three cups on the table.
In my picture, there are 4 cups on the table.
In my picture, the girl is brushing her hair.
In my picture, the girl is looking at the mirror.
In my picture, there is a phone on the wall.
In my picture, there is no phone on the wall.
In my picture, three keys on the wall.
In my picture, the 3 keys are on the table.
Good. In my picture, the stove is green.
In my picture, the stove is white.
Yes. In my picture, there is a mat under the table.
In my picture, there is no mat under the table.
Good. In my picture, the woman is wearing a yellow coat.
In my picture, the woman is wearing an orange coat.
In my picture, the weather is sunny.
In my picture, the weather is cloudy.
In my picture, there are 4 firefighters.
In my picture, there are 3 firefighters.
In my picture, there is a building behind the fire truck.
In my picture, there is no building behind the fire truck.
In my picture, the man is walking with a dog.
In my picture, the man is walking with a cat.
In my picture, the boy with glasses is sitting on a bench.
In my picture, the boy is with glasses is standing.
In my picture, the woman has got brown hair.
In my picture, the woman has got black hair.
In my picture, the pizza is on the cooker.
In my picture, the pizza is on the table.
Good. In my picture, there are 3 orange balls on the cupboard.
In my picture, there are 3 pink balls on the cupboard.
In my picture, there are 4 apples on the table.
In my picture, there are 2 apples on the table.
In my picture, the woman is cutting an apple.
In my picture, the woman is cutting a burger.
A burger. In my picture, the salt is next to the food bag.
In my picture, a banana is next to the food bag.
In my picture, there is a sandwich on the table.
In my picture, there are 2 sandwiches on the table.
In my picture, the horse is brown.
In my picture, the horse is black.
In my picture, there are 3 people in the family.
In my picture, there are 4 people in the family.
In my picture, there is a rooster.
In my picture, there is no rooster.
In my picture, there is a bird in the sky.
In my picture, there are 2 birds on the sky.
In the sky. In my picture, the woman is holding an apple.
In my picture, the woman is holding a carrot.
In my picture, the cat is in front of the horse.
In my picture, the cat is behind the horse.
We're done. Thank you, Drake.
Thank you.